to the center. And if they can overcome every obstacle along the way, they can find their portal home. Or like Vale, an old champion, they may choose instead a lifetime of leisure and spa treatments in the Maze Center facility, which contains eucalyptus, mud baths, and a personal masseuse. I'm Fozzie, your psionic barbarian host and two-time Maze champion. And now, please join me in welcoming our GM, Emu. Emu is your referee and hands-on maze operator. She's been given a bag of tricks to run the maze, and she uses every single one of them. She's fair, impartial, and even-handed. So please, welcome Emu.
Welcome, audience at home. It's time for the most exciting 2 hours of your day, the Maze on Planet 7. Let's meet our heroes. First, we have our 4th level Astroseph Lucaneer Captain Wiley.
Hello, the name's Captain Wiley, and I'm the slipperiest space pirate this side of Glasgow 9AL55. Far from my trusty crew and speedy ship, the Ever Valiant, I am trying to recreate that team spirit feeling right here in the maze. I've got no family, no past, except for absurdly legendary exploits, and generally no problems or enemies to speak of. I do have an unnervingly prehensile tentacle beard, however, being as I'm a man squid with 4 tentacle arms and a knack for inking people on the face is a super smooth reaction. My powers are luck and curse, and I can spend luck points to gain advantage on rolls and force disadvantage on attacking enemies, and curse them to gain luck points back, and for extra necrotic damage, I can also spend a luck point to give advantage to my pals, and I can sing famous sea shanties that give fabulous buffs to me and my buddies.
Thank you, Captain Wiley. Next up, we have our 4th level Dewata Weaver, Anacacia.
Hi y'all, it's Anacacia, still a little loopy from those mushrooms. But I'm sure it'll go away eventually. Hi, I am a fairy Dewata from a planet that's much, much bigger than whatever this is. Why is everything so small? Oh, and this is my cat familiar, Mittens. I use thread magic to manipulate targets and surroundings. I can cure wounds, so I'm pretty important to keep around. I can cast a big web to mess with the group or hold an enemy from keeping them attacking or defending themselves. I can also now spike growth, making it very difficult for groups to come close to me. So, no, don't touch me there. That is my no-no square.
Thank you, Anacacia. Next up, we have our 4th level human demagogue, Kingslayer.
I'm the King Slayer, Slayer of Kings, Eater of Worlds, Oathbreaker, Dragon Slayer, is one of the most athletic heroes in all of the galaxies and across all of the kingdoms. I'm the tank of the group. High health, high damage. Fully equipped with a dangerous sword gun, aka Pax Romana. I can cast spells to make my enemies do spontaneous things, just fall asleep, laugh hysterically, or command them to do what I want them to do. But honestly, I'd rather use my vituperate ability, which allows me to talk shit while I slaughter them with my brute strength. Anyways, it's time to do what we came here to do, and that's put boots to ass and entertain the masses.
Thank you, Kingslayer. Last, but by no means least, we have our 4th level Quadrimordial Catalyst, Elemental.
Hiya, I'm Ella, Elemental, always last, not going to take it personally. I am a cursed sorceress assassin. And you know what, since I've been a little girl, I've been trained by a wealthy patron to harness my magical elemental spells and cause some serious ranged damage. But using it for his mean and not my own, so that's a bit of a problem. I do take care of things by any means necessary. I'll tell you what, it's a lonely road, though. It doesn't leave much room for friends. Since being in this maze, though, I've leveled up quite a bit. I've got cantrips for different elements, a bit of firebolt, a bit of acid splash, a bit of chill touch, you know what I'm saying? And I've now learned to activate my curse. Inside of me lies a dormant elemental titan, and I can transform into it if I'm out of spell points or if I'm hurt. I may have already busted it out, but no one on my team's seen it so far. It's stronger than before, if that was even possible. I get stronger every time, and I'm even more charismatic. Ah, me? Come on now.
Thank you, Elemental. Now that we met our heroes, let's go back to our host, Fozzie.
Thank you, Emu. Look, last time on the maze, our heroes took on the Plutarch's challenge to bring the Oracle to the Plutarch's tomb. And they picked up a razor-wielding toddler along the way. I mean, kids grow up fast here in the maze. They explored the Plutarch's tomb and found themselves in the middle of a power struggle between the Oracle and the Plutarch, each of whom wanted to rule the plains. Their reward for completing the challenge is a potion they need, but it was shattered during the fight. But the Plutarch informed them of another bottle located in the Smoosh family residence in Halicarnassus. And at the end of the episode, they agreed to proceed to the Plutarch's dungeon because for some reason they feel responsible for the toddler who awaits them in his cell. But now,
That's my baby.
let's begin, shall we, Emu?
Yes, let's enter the maze.
All right, that sound means it's time for a decision. Yes, a decision must be made. But remember, audience, on planet Earth and across the galaxy, you can only vote on the Maze on Planet 7 stream. So come on down, come on over if you want to vote. Here's the first vote. Okay. How will an enemy attack? Sword or spells? Oh, this is actually a great decision because the barbarian side of me leans towards the really big, sharp swords. I love a good laceration. But for those of you who don't know, I'm also psionic. So my mind spells can melt your psyche and your face. They both are really fun. So I'm torn. I mean, for me, man, this is a hard one.
Thanks, Fozzie.
I'm
you,
sorry.
Fozzie.
Back to you, Emu. You're welcome.
Hello again, adventurers. You step down spiraling staircase that descends into the Plutarch's dungeon. A slow, rhythmic water drip threatens to drive you insane. Or is it something darker plucking at your brain? In an open cell, an enormous zombie guard with sallow skin wrapped tight across his huge, heavy bones sits with the baby on his lap. Hello and welcome, silly heroes. I was just about to cook this child up. Would you like to dine with me?
That's my baby! You put my baby down!
Baby.
My buddy. It's my nugget. Oh, we got
Use
two
your-
babies here right now. This one.
Use your
But that
sword,
one.
baby.
Zombie.
You got it. In there.
Look, I feel like if you're
the
gonna
guy
kill a
gets
baby,
up and
that's at
holds
least worth-
it.
That's my baby.
Worth what? Worth what? He looks over at Captain Wiley.
Overtime. Does he pay you
Overtime.
overtime?
He pays me very well. He looks over at Kingslayer. Ah, that right there. That I would like. I would trade you. The baby for that big gun sword you have.
Who's going to tell this giant
give me just a
zombie that
second.
baby's going to kill him before he realizes? That baby's going to slice you, mate.
He doesn't know. Group, come here real quick. Can we huddle in real quick? Can we huddle in real quick?
Huddle.
Listen, I'll be honest. I've kind of grown really attached to Pax Romana, and it's a little harsh,
Pax
but I really
Romana.
care about the baby, so I'm not giving up my sword. So we're gonna have to figure out an alternative here. Any ideas?
Yeah, we're going to have to take the baby.
Can you
By force?
telepathically talk to the baby?
I can
Tell
try.
the baby to do a quick 1-2 stab at the eyes. You know?
He still has
He's
a
gonna
switchblade,
carefully
right?
instruct. Oh, in the eyes. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Oh,
Straight at the eyes.
Yeah.
Take out
That's
the
gonna-
sight.
Yeah, let's do
Describe the
that. I like that
carotid.
idea.
But no, the eyes is
Mitten
good.
said it.
That's
Mitten
fine.
said it. I'm more of a pacifist,
Alright.
but Mitten was want war.
Mitten's got the paws out.
The guy is sitting there, he's like bouncing the baby, and the baby's like,
I'm trying.
That's
What do
hanging
you
down
say?
some
Do you
baby.
agree with Druden's trade?
Emu, can I telepathically detect thoughts or send a thought to him to just hand us over the baby?
I believe you can talk to the baby. I think you can talk to the baby with your mind.
Yeah, last
I'm
time it
gonna-
wasn't
I
that
wanna talk to the
articulate,
baby with my
by all
mind.
means.
Little baby Billy. I don't know why I'm calling you Billy, but Billy, listen to me and listen close. I need you. If
Just-
you want to
just
survive,
leave
I'm
it.
not giving up Pax Romana for you. I need you to take your little switchblade and I need you to stab him in both eyes. Are you ready? Set. On my mark. Listen, on my mark. You're going to hear the word. On my mark. If you understand what I'm saying, give me a noise back.
Kingslayer.
Okay. I think, guys, listen. I think I've talked to the baby.
We
The
need to make
baby's
sure
ready
that's not
on
the
my
entire
mark.
content of that thought. You know what I'm saying? That might be all it's thinking right now. Not like an affirmative, like, ooh, look, it's Kingslayer.
So I think he's.
No,
I think
wait.
he's
I
ready.
also thought the baby's
I've told
name
him to
was like
stab him in the
Barry or
eyes.
something.
Tell him to say something
I
else
mean-
to
Did it
confirm
work?
the order.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Do it.
Kingslayer.
That's it.
Okay, I guess
The
my powers
baby's
didn't
like
work.
waggling its arms. And
doesn't
then you
look
see
like
the
that.
baby's hand
Double waggle.
go directly into its diaper. And you see it's like digging around. But the guy doesn't notice it. What do you guys do?
We should probably distract him then, Kingslayer.
Distract the guy.
You, sir, like I was saying, do you get good benefits at this job?
I get
Captain,
anything
why-
I want. The more I kill, the more I bring back, the better I'm treated. Durden is
Damn,
the
you know what? I
biggest
can relate to that.
champion.
It's the same over here. That's what I do. I get it. He's just a merc. you
You're a
know?
champion, though.
What you...
I am Plutarch's champion. And you see the baby finally like shing, click, 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 and he goes and slashes at Druden and cuts Druden. He goes like that, and he lets go of the baby. The baby drops to the ground in a 3-point landing. And looks up at Kingslayer and goes, Kingslayer. And now let's go down to our man on the ground, Fozzie.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Emu. This is getting weird here in the maze. This daycare, but I actually want to talk to Elemental. I was wondering if I could chat with Elemental for a second. Ella, I've got a couple questions for you.
Okay, yes.
You've gone through a lot for this toddler. It begs the question: do you have any children of your own?
Absolutely not. How dare you, Fozzie? My goodness. Do you think I'm old enough to be breeding?
You're old enough to have titans inside of you. I didn't know if
They're
you had any
completely
other
separate
children.
things. Do you not know anything about setting
I
up an
know a
actual
lot. I've
life
s-
to bring a
seen
child or a
Titan
court
children.
mortial into the world? Fozzie, you're making it incredibly clear that you are not in any sort of relationship or have any kind of parental skills.
It's true. I was not chosen to be a dad, but pretty much a killing machine. Let me move on to my
I mean,
next
we've got that
question
in
then.
common. Okay.
See, I knew we'd find common ground here. Why do you think you're risking so much for this kid?
Honestly, I just respect the little dude, don't I? I think it's quite exciting.
Interesting. Interesting. It seems there's a bit of intergalactic communications issues going on. It happens from time to time in the maze.
It does,
But
it's true.
I do have a decision that came in. I don't know if you want to hear that, Emu.
Yes,
hear
I do. Yeah.
The decision's been made. You audience over at the Maze on Planet 7 stream have chosen Sword. So back to you, Emu.
Thank you, Fozzie. Okay, back to the action. Druden screams as he digs the switchblade out of his arm and drops it on the ground. What time is it? Oh, it's Druden time. What's Druden time, you ask? Time for a zombie feast. Tasty brains make Druden smarter. Eat steel. And he has a metal staff and he raises it in the air, and this is where we're going to roll initiative.
Oh,
Sorry about before.
The
This is
baby between us,
patriarchy.
All right.
Good. Very good.
bringing
Okay.
it down.
We've got Captain Wiley, and for a change, Elemental, Anacacia, and Kingslayer.
Ooh.
And then it will be Druden's turn. So let's go to battle. Captain Wiley.
Hey. Yes. Oh, sorry. That was the opening. I would like to curse him, please.
All right. Curse. So he has disadvantage on. Please tell everyone what it does.
Right. Well, I'd like to give him disadvantage on strength saves, actually, since in particular, since I might try to strain him. But yes, I get one luck back. Better mark that down. Thank you. One luck back. He has disadvantage. And also I do extra damage to him if I hit him. Next time I hit him.
Very
I'd also
nice.
like to draw some stuff. So I will draw my dagger and my scimitar. And maybe
Tentacle,
my net, just in case.
tentacle, and tentacle. One tentacle free.
Yeah, I'll use it for the
Fantastic.
net if I need to. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Elemental.
All right, so as long as my little nugget baby's not anywhere close, I know that with zombies, they're not really great with fire. So I'm gonna do a sneaky firebolt and attack with this one.
All right.
Okay.
Go
Here we
ahead and
go.
roll it.
There we go. Not great, is it? Does an
Oh,
11
that's
hit
really
this
not
zombie?
good. It
No,
does
obviously
not,
not,
unfortunately.
So I'm
But
gonna
as you're
actually spell
looking
this-
down on the ground, you see that the baby has picked up the blade.
I'm actually going to spend one of my skill points that I have. I have 3 every single day. I'm going to spend one of those and just do another firebolt because my first one was so embarrassing.
Yeah,
That's better.
there we go.
Yeah.
You rolled a
Okay.
15. That's a total of 22.
My God.
All right. So the first
Oh,
one, I was
yeah.
like, oh, sometimes you got to just like fire start it, you know? You go, ooh, 10 points of damage, zombie. Baby. The zombie with the baby. You know what I'm saying.
Totally.
Thanks,
On my bonus
Elemental.
action, I'd like to look at Nugget and be like, come back to me. Come to me.
He will begin his crawl on his turn. Okay, Anacacia.
So, can you tell me the distance between the zombie and my crew at this current state?
He's about 10 feet away, and as you're looking around, you notice that the door has closed behind you. And so you're now in this cell with Druden and this kid who's about 5 feet away.
Don't like being locked in.
Neither do I. All right. I think I'm going to hold the zombie so he can't move and he can't hurt us. And Kingslayer can do all of the damage during his turn. I'll leave it up to him.
Fantastic. Go ahead and
Teamwork.
roll that. Push that button.
Web.
Web, web, web.
Web. Sorry.
Oh, I keep getting out my nets, and you've got thread just coming out your fingertips. It's very
All
filling.
right. Okay, so let's see. Dun-dun. I'm going to roll a save. It's a dex save. And that is that's a 12. It needs a 15, I believe. It's an 11. It needs a 15. Druden fails. You now have him webbed, and he's kind of attached to the wall and part of the cells. And he's making those zombie noises at you guys. Well
And
done,
I'd like
Anakin.
Well done,
to-
Spider Girl.
Yeah, I want to motion towards. I want to try to bring Mittens closer to the baby, perhaps, and just have him kind of
Okay.
like, "Hello, the kitty. Hello, the kitty."
Will you allow the baby to interact with Mittens?
Yes, I'd love for
Fantastic.
them to interact.
Okay, so the baby is going to try to ride Mittens.
The baby can ride Mittens. Onward, steed!
All right, let's see if the baby can roll animal handling. This baby is a pro at riding Mittens with an 18 on the die.
Take my
We have
breath
become
and
a Disney
ride,
movie.
ride.
So the baby is just going to get up onto Mittens and then will continue its journey when it is its turn.
Something tells me the rest of us are going to become optional to the baby/mitten story very quickly.
All right, Kingslayer, you're up.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted by the baby riding the magical kitten.
We've never seen that
Question
before.
Is Druden? Who is he focused on right now? Is he focused on the entire group, or is he locked in on anyone individually?
As of right now, he wants to eat all of you. You can see that in his eyes.
If I use my vituperate ability now, does that also count as a action? Like, can I use vituperate to get his attention, and then use Pax Romana, or are those two separate actions?
Let's see. That is a wisdom save, but let's see. Why don't you do both of them?
So I want to,
Yeah.
I want to distract him. I want to, since I'm the tank, since I have the most health, I want the focus on me, so the other three can do their
Oh,
what
yes.
they're good at.
Very noble.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start by doing what I'm really good at, and that's telling 3 mom jokes. So vituperate allows me to be able to basically talk. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with this one. Hey, Druden, or whatever your name is, it doesn't matter. But I want to tell you something about your mom. Your mom is so fat that her car has stretch marks.
All right, let's see that wisdom save. Doesn't phase him at all. Wait, no, it totally phases him. That was a 4 on the die. He's so upset. He looks at you. And
Put your
he's
feelings down,
filled
bud.
with rage. All right, so you say that to him, and then you're going to use Pax. How are you going to use Pax?
Yeah. So I want a cat. He's 10 feet away from me, so I don't want to try to lunge at him yet. I want to hit him with my fire bolts.
Oh, you're going to shoot at him.
Yeah, I want to shoot at him.
All right, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and try. You do have advantage because he is in a net. Oh my gosh. Okay, roll damage. 19 definitely hits.
Pretty good shot.
Yeah, it's a really good shot. Okay, 5 points. All right. Because we let you do both of those, that will be the end of your action. If you have any other bonuses, we'll just say that for this specific instance, the vituperate is your bonus.
Okay.
All right, cool. Now it is its turn. Okay, so it is
It's
going
not
to
distracted
try
by the baby riding a cat.
get out of the web. So that is a DC 15 dex save, Anacacia. Is that correct?
I'm not sure.
It
I believe
doesn't.
so. And I rolled a 5, so he's just he is like a sitting duck. You guys just can kind of wail away at him. The baby is going to steer Mittens and try to attack his ankles.
The baby.
Oh boy. Go for the
let's
Achilles,
see.
lad.
That is going to
Yeah.
be a. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough because that's an 11 from the baby. He does have a +5 with this knife, but does not hit. So we're back at the top of the round with Captain
Wow.
Wiley.
I think what I'm going to do is start singing a little song, a little shanty, that makes sure that I don't miss when I attack. What the plan is to go in with my dagger, and I like to press it up against, I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's not alive, so it's more symbolic than anything else. But like, get it up under the, the jugular, under the neck, so that we can interrogate it properly, and maybe we can convince it to let it go.
All right,
so
let's do it.
sing a little bit. What warms the blood like a merry bar fight, boys? Maybe something, nothing warms like a merry bar fight. A nice hot meal,
Hey.
And then, yeah, nice, scoot. Hey, yo-ho. And
I
then
love a
go
hot
in
meal.
Yeah, well, if you listen to the rest of the shanty, it's sort of like, anyway, I'll tell you later. But yeah, so I go in there with the dagger, and I guess I should roll, although shouldn't I, with my dagger? Oh, right. Okay. It's not in my macros, but I bet if I look at it, I can find it out. There we are. Dagger. Boop. Yes? Normal. Although, I suppose it is at advantage, isn't it?
Oh,
I do it again.
roll again.
If I failed, which I did. Cool. Nice. There we are. And I mean, I guess I should do some damage rolling here, shouldn't I? Oh, all right, there we go. Is that no.
That's it.
That's, oh, well. Well, I can't hear you. That just me. I've lost
No, I
my
can't hear
connection
either.
to my MC.
The patriarchy.
It's not just you.
I
Captain
know, I
Wiley.
know what's happening. I presume that he looks super scared and capitulates. Yes. No, he does not. Because I rolled. like-
Amy's lost a voice.
Let's see here.
You've hit him so
Are you
hard,
muted?
you've knocked out Emu's voice.
I did. It was my shanty. It dumbfounded her.
I think between the shanty and the mom joke, we got to calm down a little bit.
We are so intimidating, aren't we?
Captain, what you made me realize about the maze has a galaxy-renowned spa where Bale resides. Obviously, I talk about him a lot. But what you're making me realize with these rolls is that the maze needs a casino. I think if the maze had a casino, yeah, and maybe if you could survive, maybe instead of going back to your home planet, maybe you'd want to be a pit boss or something, singing your way through a casino.
Oh, don't talk dirty to me. That sounds
So I was-
fantastic.
I know
I've never
that
been
Captain
a gambling
Wiley-
person, but after
No, you
seeing
should
Baby Ride
absolutely
a
not.
Cat, I can't say it never anymore. Let's go.
It's like the new When Pigs Fly. It's like when will I see a baby riding
When a
mittens?
baby rides
And
a
there we
cat.
were.
Switch really
There we
Ew!
were.
Ew!
What you notice,
back.
Captain
Yes.
Wiley, is all
Right.
a lot of that damage that you had done to Druden before in your last round has healed already.
That's annoying.
Well, that's
What?
interesting.
As you
I mean,
give
did I
him
do- did I
another
do
5
damage to
points
him
of
before?
damage. You did do damage to
Actually-
him, but yes.
With a curse, I did. I don't think I had
He had
something
damage done to him last round.
done to him. I
Okay.
see.
Yes.
So don't I add extra 6 or should I roll my necrotic damage now because he's cursed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. It's just a d6, I know.
Every penny counts.
Hey.
And that's 2 points of damage. It's adorable. He looks at you, or he tries to look at you as you're kind of wrapped around him, web and then you with your tentacles. Are you also grappling him? Like, is this like a double grapple?
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna grapple him. I guess that would mean I have to toss my net aside or something. But I grapple him with 2 of my tentacles and put the knife up to his little throat with the other one.
Fantastic.
The other one still has a scimitar.
You have so many tentacles. All right,
I've
thank
got
you, Captain
so
Wiley.
many limbs.
Elemental, roll me a perception check.
I think that the tentacles are tentacool, if you know what I'm saying. Here's my perception roll, though.
Cool.
I don't see very much.
You're busy looking at the tentacles.
Told ya.
Oh, yeah.
I will say, though, because I have studied and I am a scholar in a particular way, I do want to ask Emu if necrotic damage does work on an undead.
This one, you can try to do it if you would like and see what happens.
Well, I'm just noticing. I know that the fire does work. Fire damage is a very good thing. But if you use any sort of piercing damage, he just shrugs it off. And I'm like, you know what? I think we're going to have to pull out the big guns. First thing I'm going to do, and when I say guns, I mean these ones. First thing I'm going to do is just figure out what kind of cantrip I'm going to get. So I've got produce flames. And this, for today, I'm going to produce flames from my hands. What's new? But I'm really sick of this guy. I'm really getting a bit angry. I'm getting a bit over it. And he's like, messed with me, baby, which is absolutely not okay. And so I'm wondering if it's elemental damage that's going to get him. Then I'm going to turn into a bloody titan, aren't I?
Nice.
And with that, oh, here we go. I
Booyah.
start shimmering and my body starts swirling and I start growing in size. And this like cyclonic kind of mass appears. And then where elemental was, a gas titan now stands.
Which is
And I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
So here's the thing. It's really awkward. How tall are you exactly? You're like 15 feet tall as a gas
20
person?
feet. 30.
20.
20 feet.
You are so big at this point. You are encompassing everybody. You're a gas form. And you are encompassing kind of everybody. You're trying to avoid your friends, but
Is this what happens when you fart in an elevator?
She's got gas.
Yes, actually.
Excuse me.
It will be very hard for you to miss your friends to do this.
I don't think the Titan cares.
Do the thing.
I'm casting Thunderwave.
All right.
Here we go. So everyone then needs to make a DC Dex saving throw, DC 15.
What have you done to Ella?
Okay.
Ella's not here right now.
The baby in mittens rolled a 9.
Baby. Oh, no. Not me, baby.
How do I roll a dex? Is it dexterity?
Dexterity, there's a little number to the right of it. That should be your saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Eek, what have I done?
Oh, do I do it as well? Sorry.
Yes. What is the DC on that, Ella?
15?
15.
No!
So Captain Wiley fails. And Acacia
Wait, can
fails.
I spend a luck point to be okay? Can I try again?
Yes.
Take it. Take it.
All right, Captain Wiley. And Acacia fails. Kingslayer fails.
Oh, God.
Captain Wiley does not fail. Okay, do that damage.
Okay.
Elemental.
Yeah.
With friends like
it's-
these.
I don't understand why it does that.
She said she didn't come here to make friends, didn't she?
Damn.
She did.
Look, I wanted to get
There's more
close
room
to
out than
Ella,
in.
but not this close. Oh, it's
Hmm.
below.
There's damage. Look, it's just 14 thunder damage.
All right.
And everyone who
14
failed gets
total.
pushed. That's
Aye.
This gust of wind just pushes the baby and Mittens, and you see them go tumble through a small hole that you didn't notice before. And then you hear, at the end of your turn, you hear click, 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 click. And then you see the secret door go. This zombie is still attached to the wall. The lot of you see the baby. The baby is now beckoning the lot of you. Currently, the zombie's attached to the wall, but you guys have a moment to get through a secret passage door, should you choose.
Look, I haven't really done Pythagoras' theorem or anything like that, but I don't know how a 20-foot titan is going to squeeze through a tiny little door.
You're all gas. Can you like?
Right, you are. Gas titan. You let some out. Deflate on myself.
Like a whoopee cushion.
Like a whoopee cushion.
Very nice.
Excuse me. It's only going to be for another 3 minutes, so.
Yeah.
Chicken wings?
I got us.
You see that Mittens is running down the hall with the baby on its back.
Off
Who goes through? Are you all going, or are you going to stay and fight Druden?
Actually, I might put that zombie down. I'll take it. I'll put him down. You guys save yourself. I'm gonna gas him up. I'm gonna get gassy. I don't.
You can workshop it. But are we? Sorry. Are you saying that you'd like to stay and fight? What is it? Druden or Doden?
Druden.
Put him down.
You'd like to stay. You'd like to stay and finish off Druden while we escape with the baby.
Yes.
I mean, all right. Is he worth your time though?
I'm struggling with this.
I mean,
I've
you can
never ran
put
from a fight, but I can't strategically reposition, so I'm going to go ahead and take the exit.
Kingslayer follows
Bye.
the baby.
Mittens.
I think we should all follow the baby.
Are
Are you sure you want to stay?
Mittens and Kingslayer.
And Acacia goes running through the hall, following Kingslayer, following baby on Mittens.
I'm like in the doorway, very like dramatically looking back, and you're like, "Are you sure you want to stay?"
You should have
Do you
put
trust
some
me?
money down and made it exciting.
All right, I'm taking that as a no then. Like, all right, I'm going. Bye. I hope I see you later.
Elemental, what do you do with this creature? It's not going anywhere. It's you and a zombie, and it seems that he's barely half hit points. He's got a lot of hit points.
I want to poison slam him. I want to rip him limb from limb.
Yeah? You're gonna rip him
Yeah.
from limb? All right.
Yeah, but with poison, because I am gas.
All right, gas him.
Fart and make him regret being near me.
All right, so what I will do is you attack. That is a 14. That actually is what you need to hit. So go ahead and do damage.
Love to. Oh, would you look at that? My max damage.
18 points of
18?
damage,
18?
yes.
Oh, that's
She's gonna
the
cry.
worst part ever.
That's putting the damn in damage.
Okay, Elemental, you're sitting there and you're strangling with gaseous poison this zombie to do extra death, while we cut to everyone else. Everyone else, you come upon the stacks again, that place with all the books, and the baby is still running, and he stops, and you see that he's stopped in front of what looks like a book that looks completely out of place on the ground.
Why does it look out of place? Should I roll?
Can this baby read? But he's just looking at that book. Is that
he
everybody?
looks
Can I go
down
and look at
and
the
he
book, or
goes-
do I have to? Go ahead.
He points at it.
King Slayer, pick it
Okay,
up.
then, you little weirdo. And then I go down and like
Don't want
open the
to
book, I guess.
You look at it and give me a perception check as you're looking back to see if elemental's okay, and then you're kind of flipping through this book. On the front, it does say journal.
Ooh, that seems useful.
All right, so what
Right.
did you roll? 25 on your perception.
I rolled
Okay.
Good.
All right. So the first thing that happens is a letter falls to the ground as you're opening it. Looked like it was tucked in the back of the book. And you open it up and it says, my dearest Philip Rich, my love, every day my family conspires with the Plutarch to keep us apart. And it's a lifetime. I anxiously await the moment I will see your face again, Eliana. And so you start flipping through it backwards, as that is where the letter fell out. And you see that this journal is the Plutarch's diary. And it discusses the dark creatures unleashed beneath the plane by the Plutarch's immortality spell. And it also talks a lot about Eliana Smoosh. And it basically says that Eliana, he was in love with Eliana, and Eliana fell in love with Philip Rich, and he was furious about it, and worked with one of Philip Rich's adventuring party to get him to go to this area and be taken over by this sleep death spell, the same one that you guys had heard of before. And it's been about 500 years as you're looking at the dates. And you continue reading, and you see one passage reads, Day 23. Eliana caught and killed a rabbit with her bare hands and ate it raw. I fear that my love grows more distant every day. Yeah, so those is generally what you were reading from this, as Elemental comes walking through that hallway.
Strolling, is she?
Strolling through.
Ooh. Ooh, tell you what,
Go.
if they put a buffet out and there's all this all-you-can-eat food, I'm going to eat it all. And I just can't apologise for what happens to my body when that goes down. I think I ate way too much. Excuse me. Woo.
Did you eat the zombie? Or are we still talking about the steak?
No. I just ate a lot of steak and I got a bit gassy and then, I turned into a titan. It doesn't happen to anyone else? No?
Note to self: keep
Oh.
Ella away from the
Kind of
buffet.
late.
Got it. Can we put that in the journal?
I'm just gonna take the
And
journal.
you
body
you
just
all turn
solved.
to the journal and in Captain Wiley's tentacles, and let's go down to our man on the ground, Fozzie.
Thank you, Emu. That's a lot of gas. But now a decision must be made. Yes, it is time for a decision. Because, we're headed back to Halicarnassus, folks. So, what's in store for our heroes? Will they have a conversation that is friendly or fearful? But don't worry, no matter what, we always endeavor to put our heroes' lives in the gravest danger possible. That's part of what makes the maze so special, and what makes victory so sweet. If it even happens at all, which it does, because I'm living proof. Haha, two-time Maze Champion winner. Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Yeah, anything else? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, moving on. Moving on from my victories. Back to you, Emu, please.
Thank you, Fozzie. Okay, as you head back to Halicarnassus, Anacacia and Captain Wiley find themselves with a bit of privacy from the other two heroes. Let's listen in on them now.
Did we take the book? I'm leafing through it.
Are there pictures? I like picture books.
You like picture books, do you? All right.
Yeah.
I think there are a couple illustrations here.
Cool.
Diagrams, perhaps. I wonder.
Is there anything that could help us in the maze? I'm kind of bored. Like something cool, like I don't know. A car.
Amy,
I
shall
haven't
I
seen a
roll?
car in a long time.
Something
You-
either
you don't
fascinatingly
see-
illustrated or useful?
It's
Yeah.
really kind of just Plutarch going on and on about how powerful he is and how angry he is about Eliana, and that one day that they will be together again, even though it's been 500 years.
It's way too many words.
Well, it sounds to me like we've got to banish all hope of winning his love's affection before we'll get him to relinquish any inch of his power. That's my guess
Hopeless.
right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Can you just give me like cliff notes about it? Like, I don't really feel like reading.
That was my attempt at a summary, but sure.
Shorter, please.
I mean,
My attention span just
what
went.
else?
Huh?
No, I think he's hurt. He's bummed about not having, his affection reciprocated, and I'm wondering what the connection is between the piece that this baby is supposed to maybe promise to the valley, as well as this sword key thing. If those were connected at all.
Oh, I was totally paying attention the whole time. I was there with
You were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. How are you feeling, my dear? You've had a bit of a
I think I got used to being high. I don't know what withdrawals is anymore. I've just you start kind of like getting used to the things that you think you're seeing, but they're really not
Okay.
there. Like that gas monster is real, right?
That was real.
Right?
We all saw
Okay.
that. That is true. You
Okay.
can trust
That
that.
baby
It was
riding my
extremely
cat, that
weird,
was
but
real. Like a
That was-
baby with a switchblade riding my cat. That was real. Okay.
Check.
This
Titan, check. Baby riding cat, check. All real.
Oh.
Not mushrooms.
Oh.
Totally real. That's
Okay, I don't
nice.
think I'm high anymore. I think I'm just crazy now because I don't understand any of this.
Mittens
right.
curls up in your lap as the two of you are having this discussion. And now we have a decision, but I think it's time to hear from Gerald at the marketplace.
Hey there, hi,
Should
it's
take some water, sweetie.
Gerald again, obviously. Your favorite alien
Gerald, buddy, we can't
in
hear
the
you.
universe. No, just
Gerald, check
saying,
your
you
mic.
could never make that decision.
Gerald!
That something is your favorite.
Yeah,
Seeing as how
Gerald!
the universe is infinite.
Yay!
Anyway, I'm here to remind you,
Yay.
don't forget, you can purchase items in the Maze Marketplace during the show that influence the game. Here's what's on the menu for tonight. First, we have the mouth harp for Captain Wiley, which involves the captain singing a sea shanty. By the way, Captain, love what you've done with your eye patch. It really brings out your eye. We also have the prismatic sucker for Elemental, which is a one-time use lollipop, which he has to make a bad pun in order to use it. That sounds pun. All right, now is when you play the music. Turn the music up. Let's go. Play me off. Gerald out.
Yes, Gerald, my boy. Thank you, sir. Up there's that sound again. A decision has been made. We have a decision. The decision is friendly. Friendly. It's always interesting to see what kind of mood the audience is in. But let's see how our heroes handle it as they enter the village of Halicarnassus. Emu, back to you.
You all arrive at Halicarnassus to smell fire and blood. Several small houses at the edge of town have been destroyed, creating a single passage forward into town. You guys move forward, and you see that there is a blockade. And everyone, how would you like to proceed? Just really quickly, what is your formation?
Our formation, like Mighty Ducks. Like, are we
Hmm.
in V? What are we doing? Is that-
Well, me and Ann are pretty beat up from the fart. Well, the gas, the Titan from Elemental. So maybe
I
Elemental
actually
technology
feel a little bit responsible for that. So I'd actually like to use a little bit of medicine and see if I could heal one of the two. And I feel like Anne and I have an exchange of favors. So I'm wondering if I could just give a bit of medicine over to Anne.
we will say that you guys were able to short rest, so you get half of your hit dice back. Yeah. So it was quite a bit of a journey. But Elemental, if you roll medicine, maybe we can get a bonus to that. So go ahead and roll it.
19.
Fantastic. That's a
Ooh.
19. So you're helping everybody recover from this. So yeah, you guys can get some hit points back
Sorry.
for certain. All right.
That was my bad. No harm, very foul. Oy.
Did the zombie even hit them? Was it just you that hurt them that time?
Yeah.
Right.
I can't help it.
Thunderwave in a small space. We've learned, I hope. But yes, I actually, while they're being healed, and apologize to you very nicely, I would like to look around and see if if I can ascertain like the nature of the damage or like anything sort of like forensic about me.
Oh, absolutely. There's a war going on right now, and this blockade looks like. Roll me a perception check, please. You see a lot of people behind a blockade in this like little offshoot of an alley, but you see those maenads, these creatures fighting some of the villagers. With that 20, you see Coralie Smoosh, the bartender and the owner of the Plow. She's sitting there and looks like the other people in her family and her friends are fighting.
Oh, you went out.
The war took her voice. I can't hear her.
Muted
war
again.
took
All
Emu's
right,
voice
so it
again.
sounds like these maenads are back, which is absolutely bad news, and they're coming after our friend Coralie, whose name I've finally committed to memory. So I feel like we should go in there and mess those maenads up.
Yeah, I think the only one we saw before was just Ileana, wasn't it? We didn't know there was a whole army of them, did we?
That's right.
They're like cockroaches. Where there's one, there's more. There's always more bad
That's what
guys.
they
If I've learned
say
anything
about
from the Magus.
Maenads. Well, why don't we go to Coralie and just sort of huddle up with them, should we?
Sounds like a really good idea. I like that.
Yep.
Fantastic. You move forward, and Coralie sees you and kind of get you to duck, and just like,
What's going on here, Coralie? Oh, not again.
Coralie's
no.
taking her voice.
Oh my god. She doesn't know what's happening.
either, Coralie.
Look, I'm trying to.
Why don't you use your hands, and I will try my best to discern.
No, she's frozen, is she?
I mean, Coralie before was handing out whiskey for water, so it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, there she is.
all right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can, Coralie. What is going
Fantastic.
on?
I need your help. We need your help. You're heroes, and I don't often ask for help of heroes. They always get us in trouble, but for some reason, these maenads have started attacking our village. Please help us.
Is there any other sit rep for how this happened? Or no, just, I mean, we can dive in.
We don't know why they're here. Just this attack just started happening.
Did they come out to the lake?
This has never happened ever before. They've come
I've said
from the
that many
plains.
times myself.
From the plains. All right, do you have any sense of their weaknesses or anything?
She looks at you and suddenly looks and points at you all and is like, none of this started happening until you've arrived. But
Don't start with that.
We need our help.
but honestly,
Wait, let's get.
none of it matters. We really actually need your help. Please save this village. And you look around and there are dead bodies all over the place. These creatures are pulling, just like gutting people. And you look deeper into town and she's like, we can hold off here and I can send some people with you, but we really, really need your help.
Consider it done. But I will say, if you decide to gaslight us, I will either turn into gas or light up. So that's how I respond to that.
I would
all right?
never do that.
All right,
Is
team,
Eliana here?
you know what we
Do you
need to
think We
do?
can see her. Sorry.
Is she?
What are you
Good
gonna say?
question.
I've got a wild notion, which is that if we reunite the dangerous maynard with her baby, maybe she'll call them off.
It's her baby. I thought it was my. That's my friend.
Isn't it Eliana
been
and Philip
adopted.
Rich's baby?
That's not Eliana. That's absurd. That it can't be Eliana. It's not.
Why?
She starts looking like, no, there's no way.
Look, sounds like we've got to take care of these maidens.
That would be
Kingslayer, what do
wonderful.
you
We
want
will
to
hold
do?
off
And
here.
And how many are there out there, Captain? I know you were assessing the situation. About how many creatures are out there?
You see creatures fighting villagers in small packs. It looks like there's dozens of them. But you see that towards the center of town is where the major battle is happening, and there are bigger creatures too.
Bigger?
Well, we're kind of
Seems like
outnumbered
that's
here.
I know, I agree. That's why I'm looking for like a one-stop shop solution that doesn't involve taking down each one by force. Baby? You want?
We can help. Let us help you. Help us save this village. We're not sending you in there by yourselves. And she snaps her fingers, and 4 people come over and like, we'll go with you.
What do these people look like? I mean, are they warriors? Or are they villagers?
They're just villagers. They've
just
got
villagers.
weapons, but they're just villagers.
I don't want to tuck that idea in the back of my
Can
head
ma-
and go where it seems like the battle is. That seems like where we should go. Eh?
Fine.
Yep. And then get a little stretch in here. I feel like things are already getting a little interesting.
You take your time. You do what you need to do.
Right there.
We'll wait.
I mean, everyone's dying a really slow, painful death, but you know, yeah, you get stretch it out.
You hear
Get your neck
screaming
Don't
wanna
from
pull your
the
hammy.
side of the village.
Oh God.
No.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
You guys charge forward, and now let's go to act number 2.
Hey, Emo.
All right, Fozzie. What do we
All
got?
right. Thanks so much. There are a bunch of subs and stuff. Before I call them out, I think it's time for another decision. Yes, a decision must be made. Nope. Sorry, the shout out is for star donors. Sorry. Terry Ing, Ken Weiss, Darren, Judd, and Rachel. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. Now, a decision must be made. And it can only happen on the Maze on Planet 7 stream. So please come join us over there. That's the only place you can vote. Okay, this is a heavy moment in battle. Lives are at stake, my friends. So what has befallen the Zeros? Have they been protected or pillaged? I mean, the Smooshes really run this town, so it's possible the Zeros don't have much help here. But then the Zeros really do a lot for folks in these parts. See, I can see it going either way. We need you to make the decision. Make your decision. Back to you, Emo.
Thank you, Fozzie. All right, so you've gone over to the plow, and you can see the center of town where the main assault force push toward the Zero's house, home to the village's last stand. And now you're in the plow. You're just barely able to see that army push even closer and closer and closer to the body of defenders, but you can't quite make out who those are. Cries of pain and death ring out across the square. You guys have a very short amount of time to strategize. What do you do in this moment?
I've got range damage and I can turn into a Titan. No big deal, but it's actually a really big deal.
I could also hold a huge group and keep them from doing anything. It's one thing I could do, and keep them from getting close to us.
I'm really
can
good with
keep 'em
Pax
away.
Romana, hand-to-hand combat, but there are a lot of them. I'm also really quick with my feet, and well, I can talk a lot of shit. Maybe I could also kind of draw them in on me and maybe take off running. It's a
You
distraction.
can intimidate. Yeah.
Mm. And I'm mostly good for adding to the odds in our favor and against whatever they try to do. So I could probably just sit back and toss luck around if I needed to. But I also have access to any of my weapons at any time.
The baby
Shall we?
that your elemental you're holding, it like tries to get down on the ground.
Oh, what is it, little nugget? He's squirmy. What? What do you want to do?
I'm very inclined to follow the impulse of the child in this moment.
It looks like he wants to get down.
Down you go, you little squirmy thing.
And he plunges his hand into his diaper and he's rummaging around. And he goes, He's rummaging and he finally
your gaze.
pulls out. He finally pulls out a piece of paper, a folded up piece of paper. Then he slowly reaches up to hand it to you.
Nugget's got a bit of paper down in his pooper. All right, I think this could be important, so I'll read it.
It's paper.
It looks like a map. And it looks like a map of where you have been in Halicarnassus, the plains, the mountain, the bog. And in the plains, it says Mansarovar Lake. And there's a picture, there's an X. And next to that is a picture of a shield. And it says, kind of written on the back of it, if found, please return to... And you can't really make that out. But the baby
We'll
goes...
never know his name.
Well, baby, is it you that's meant to be returned?
No, little Nugget has just shown us where the shield is on the map and where we can locate Mansaversasaur. You know, I can't figure out this little kid's name, so Nugget's just going to have to work for now. But it looks like if we want to combine Pax Romana, wait for it.
Pax Romana.
It does.
Pax
There you go.
Romana.
And then we also need to combine it with the Mansaversasaur. We need the sword and the shield, which is honestly such a good game as well. But what we need to do is get this to form the key to get into the secret passage. So I don't know if we need to get there right now because baby's like, look, we've got a job to do, or if we want to save the town from all this death and destruction, or are they kind of done and we've got to be like, oh, peace.
Well, and we still don't
Baby
have a means
points
of
outside and
overcoming
goes,
So
and he takes a switchblade out and it's like,
oh, he's ready
So
to
we're leaving.
fight.
We just showed up. We
What's the
said
fight?
we'd help stop the Maynard invasion, and actually we're just going to scoot. Is that the
No,
out to the
it sounds
lake?
like we're going to settle this fight. Aren't we going to help the town? And then baby's going to like, do a little jab, probably go for the Achilles heel, is what I'm thinking. So we help out the people. Well, honestly, we should workshop that because you'd be
you
really
want to ride
good.
the cat again? No. Oh.
Okay, hold on, baby. Do you want to
baby-
save the people? Do you want to save the people? Or do you want to go get the shield?
Right.
All right. We've got to do that. We've got to save the
then
people.
shield, or
then
get
we
the
get
shield to save the
shield.
people.
No, we're going to save the people, then get the shield.
Then get the shield.
I can't believe I'm talking baby. Yeah.
and the
Also,
baby
we
waves.
still don't have the means of.
And then he goes over and grabs a pillow and goes behind the bar and it just looks like he's hiding.
That's his hunger
Is he gonna
spot.
suffocate
I mean,
someone?
we still don't have the means of overcoming the sleeping death spell that's around the shield, do we? Thanks to how things went down.
No,
at dinner.
but someone here, one of the Smooshes, we need to talk to them.
Has it.
They'll give us the
That's it.
potion. Then we can
Yes.
go into the bog. So we help the people. We say, hey, listen, we saved you. Let's hope we saved them. Then we talk to this Smoosh, which I honestly did thought was like a smooch. And I was so ready to get down and have a smoochie, but apparently it's their name. What an anticlimax.
You can still
But then we
try.
get the potion and we call it a day, yeah? So we need to go out there. We need to kick some serious butt. I want to see some blood. And then let's get our reward, yeah?
Let's go.
For
Fight.
freedom!
Fight!
Awesome. You guys make your way out. And right as we're going out, let's go down to Fozzie, who's caught up with Kingslayer. Fozzie.
Thanks so much, Emu. I am here with the one and only Kingslayer himself. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
It's going good, Fozzie. Looking good with your little bathroom mug there. Wolf's fur, whatever, whatever's in style nowadays.
It was a magical a wolf beast. I mean, it would eat you for breakfast, but I'm keeping it right here, close to my heart. Who are the
It's like a lamb.
foes in the town? Talk to me about that. What's going on in the town? Talk to me. With the
Fozzie, I'm going to
zombies
be
and
honest.
Yeah.
there's a lot going on. You know, I'm really I want to get my hands dirty. I want to fight. You know, there's a lot of decision making going on where we've been chasing. I mean, we're basically this is Dungeons and Daycare right now. We're running around with a baby. The baby's riding a magical dog. I'm here. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out of the maze. I want to get out of the maze. If we could save some people along the way, great. But I want to get out of the maze. I want to get back home. I need to take care of the Mad King. I've got other things that I have to take care of. And I'm out here babysitting a fifth child. That's right. I
You
got
didn't
4.
think you'd be captured, thrown into a maze just to babysit, did you? No.
I did not. I did not.
What besides the baby, and now that the baby's hiding, what's your tactical concern right now?
We're outnumbered. I mean, with all of our different powers. I mean, we're outnumbered. There's power in numbers, so I think we have to be a little bit more stealthy in our approach to helping the people. I don't think it's just going in with brute force.
So you don't think you should just wipe them all out? You got to be really tactical and
I think we have to be
go for the head of the snake.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Last question, and this might be a little personal, but do you think the town's worth saving?
Personally, I don't. But Pax Romana.
Pax Romana.
There it is. It continues to. It's pulsating in my arm, and it's saying, "For peace, for peace, for peace," and it's not letting me leave the village. So I guess we have to go help these people that, to be honest, I really don't care about.
Thank you for your candor and your time, Kingslayer. Good luck to you as always. But now it's time to hear our decision. The decision has been made. You, audience, have chosen protected. So back to you, Emu.
The lot of you run forward into battle. You see other villagers taking over one group of maenads, another take another, and forward in front of you, it looks like there's a giant maenad-looking creatures, maybe like a general of Eliana's. This is really intense. You see it backhand 3 people, and they go flying off. It looks like everyone else is taken care of. It's you and this creature. So,
I yell, "Why don't you pick on someone your own size?" And I point to Elemental.
all right, we are going to roll initiative. So let's do that to see who goes first.
Whoa.
All right. We've got Anacacia, Captain Wiley, Elemental, and Kingslayer. Anacacia, what do you do?
I want to hold him back, keep him from being able to move. It's like my favorite move to do because stay away from me.
All right. Okay, you see further back is Eliana, but this creature is standing in front of her. So go ahead and roll your hold. You're doing web or are you doing thread? What are you doing, my dear?
I'm gonna do hold person.
All
I
right.
don't have any more second level spell slots.
Oh
So
no!
And no!
no.
All right, so then I am going to. Let me see if I can do that. Spike growth. If I have, do I? No, I don't have it.
Ooh, this is where it gets real
Oh.
tricky.
That's where you got to pace
Okay, I don't-
yourself.
Ooh. Okay, so then I am going to use manipulate and try to trip and hold back. Not Eliana, the big guy.
All
the
right.
Lieutenant.
Yes.
Oof.
Okay, let's do that. That's a DC 15 strength save. Let's see what we get on the dice. All right, that is that is only a 12. And describe to me what you're doing here exactly.
So I try to lasso and I start to. Oh, I start twirling it over my antlers, and I throw it as far back as I possibly can, and I bring it all the way around, not my antlers, around the lieutenant, and it latches on, holding his arms together, keeping him back.
All right.
And I start pulling, and I pull on the legs, and I trip him.
Fantastic.
I keep hitting my antlers. Do I roll for damage?
That looks like 1 point of damage. But this creature's a bit busy. That's only 1 point of damage, but that's okay. Every penny counts. Is there
All
anything
damage
else that you would
counts.
like to do? That's right.
I would like to send Mittens out to try and maybe scout and see if there's anything that can help us on the battlefield.
All right. So Mittens goes running off. Roll me a perception check for Mittens. That is a 12. Mittens, you watching Mittens run off, it looks like there's a burning building next to you where there's a lot of loose wood. That is the only thing that you can see in the area.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we have Captain Wiley. This creature
I'd
is
like to-
massive.
But still curseable. Eh? I need some look back. Alright, let me do that. There we are. Yeah. So it cursed him. And I'm going to say disadvantage on dex rolls. And that adds to my necrotic damage. And cool. And that's good. And then I'm
Alright.
also going to whip out my scimitar and start singing Duel at Dawn.
All right. Sing it.
Sounds amazing.
Mind whose honour you impugn, and whose friends you affront. Heed now closely to my tune, and maybe don't say. And I brandish my.
Yeah. Awesome. Is that the end of your turn, or can you do anything else?
I think that's it. I think curse is an action, so yeah.
Fantastic. All right, Elemental, you're up.
I want to say to my friends, make sure that you help and protect everyone else. I'm going to take that big guy on again. You're welcome. And I morph into my Titan shape, which is yet again gas. Oh my God, all this food that Elemental ate. It's just... Excuse me, please. Here we go. And again, I start swirling and all this gaseous form erupts from where Elemental used to be. And as a bonus action, this gas titan is going to dash forward to get as close to that giant lieutenant as possible. And I'm gonna poison slam. So the same thing as I did before. I know I'm so big.
Yeah. You're so
You
big.
think you're big, Anacacia? I'm the big one now. And I'm gonna poison slam. Boom.
Oh, yeah,
That's
absolutely.
nice.
Oh, that's nice. So
The
Elemental sucks at
25.
rolls, but Titans.
Roll that damage.
So let's get that. Oops, I did attack again. Sorry, don't look at that. 15? Wait, 14 points of damage? 14 poison damage.
Damn.
So what I imagine is that I'm putting my gaseous arm over its face and I'm just funneling poison into its mouth. Because I'm sadistic.
Wow.
That's gross
You're
and
nasty.
amazing. Is that the end of your turn?
You bet it is.
All right, Kingslayer, you are up.
I'm going to try to help Elemental by trying to cast a sleeping spell on the lieutenant. Ain't going that night.
All right, go ahead and roll. You're going to need to roll 5d8.
Was that not the right one?
And see, no, you're gonna want to roll. Let's see, the d8s. If you roll 5d8, you'll be able to put to sleep however many hit points that creature has. So we've got a
Is
1.
that the one?
That's the one. Now roll 4 more of those.
4 more?
You want to roll higher.
It takes
You're
him a
gonna
second
need
to count.
4 more. Yeah.
Counting's not my strong suit.
No.
All right. 3 more.
What? It's not letting me roll. Hold on. Here we go.
It's the dice that are multiplying, not the modifier.
Oh, that's
Wait.
so funny. Okay, you know
Am
what?
I
Just
rolling the wrong
add
thing?
up all those numbers. No, you're rolling a d8. That's totally cool. Add up those numbers and tell me what you get.
Well, 21.
21.
What's that 41? I can't. I can't.
So
21.
8's 12 and 8 is that's 21. So this is what happens. This creature falls. Boom! It was already prone, so it basically goes to get up, and you hit it with that sleep spell, and as it falls, you see Eliana with wild, like, hunger for death in her eyes, and she looks at you all and laughs, and she comes running towards you. All right, you see behind her that the Zero House is protected by a group of villagers and Zeros, and you look over, and Francis, he nods at you and then holds his sword up, and then he turns to start hitting other maenads that are around him. But right now, Eliana is coming straight for you all. So she's going to do a whole lot of attacks. First, she's going to Kingslayer, and she's going to do she's going to swipe at Kingslayer with a claw. Okay, so that is going to be... Ooh, that one's gonna miss. Okay, that one totally misses. But
May
she's
not
going
your day, is
to... she's going to
What can I
go
say?
and attack Elemental, as Elemental is a giant gaseous form, and is kind of hovering over this creature, correct?
I've got my
Wow,
fist in its face.
she's... Yeah, she's just missing and missing. She you hear her grumble.
Is that my
And
tummy?
suddenly you see ice and hail come storming down, and it looks like an ice storm. So I'm gonna need everybody to make me a dex save.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend another luck point to not massively crit fail that roll.
Oh yeah, you want to do
That's
that. All right, so you guys are aiming for a 17. It looks like the only person so far. Okay, we've Anna Anacacia with a 23 and Captain Wiley with a 21 who do save, but everyone else takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage and, oh my gosh, okay, 46 cold damage. So that's
How much?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, dear Lord.
46?
Ooh.
Excuse me? Oh, 46.
And
I thought you said 46.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, dang.
So that's 19 total damage if you failed, and
Okay.
half of that if you succeeded. So for those of you who got
Half of
over a
that if we succeeded.
17, yes. So that'll be a 9 if you succeeded, a 19 if you failed.
My Lord.
All right. So top of the round, we have Anacacia. Currently,
okay,
you've
so-
threaded this creature that's lying on the ground sleeping.
Mitten saw the smoky fire damaged building. How close is that to Elena and the
Oh, it's like
lieutenant.
10 feet away. It's very close.
And if I were to use my thread magic to bring it down, Titan gaseous elemental, will she get hurt? Since she's not really a pure being, she's just gas.
Yeah, she can still take damage.
Oh, she's only at 11. Okay. I don't know if I should. Okay, I'm gonna use Cure Wounds to help my friend Ella. Oh wait, Kingslayer's at 4.
Yes.
Oh gosh, who do I pick?
Not me. Not me.
Kingslayer.
You can roll a
I want
dice.
Cure Wounds on.
No, Kingslayer, because he's only got 1 life. This is 10th life for me.
Yeah. Okay, I want to help Kingslayer. I didn't realize he only has 4. I want to try to use Cure Wounds on him.
All right, roll Cure Wounds.
Spell.
Cheer up, lad. You've been called to greatness.
That's great. That's 11 points of healing to you, Kingslayer.
My God. Thank you. And
All right, so that's your action. What does Mittens do?
What can Mittens do? So, can Mittens try to see if there's any anything under the how do I do this? Trying to think. I don't want Mittens to get hurt. Can I tell Mittens to give Elemental a medicine? Is that something I could do?
Yeah, she can't do that right now.
Okay.
Maybe in the future.
All right.
I Titan.
Okay.
I am good.
Yeah.
All right,
However,
I'm just
what
gonna
you can do, Mittens can help people. So they will allow other people to gain advantage on an attack. So if you want to
Ooh.
throw Mittens in, Mittens can try to help distract, and that will give people advantage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would love Mittens to distract.
Yeah.
Just kind of start running
Basically-
around.
Yeah, and then you can tell Mittens to help Kingslayer, help Captain Wiley, or help somebody.
Okay, I want Mittens to help Kingslayer so that he can deal some damage on his turn.
Fantastic.
you.
Thanks, Anacacia.
Thank you, Mittens.
Captain Wiley, it's you. You're up.
Right. Well, can I stop my curse on the sleepy one and refocus on her?
Yes.
Okay. Right. I'd like to do that again with dex rolls for her. Right, and I get my luck back, and yes, and I'm still. Well, I suppose I can keep humming. Actually, I'm kind of wondering: are these chickens poking around in the battlefield? Is that what I'm seeing there? I want to get. May I get one ready
Yes.
in one tentacle, please?
Oh, easy. That is a free action. You can pick up a
I've
chicken.
just got a chicken on deck.
Of course.
Yeah. Cool. You never know when you're going to need a chicken. That's what I always say.
Oh, I love it. All right. Whatever you want to do with that chicken, that is up to you. Right now, you've got a very angry Eliana Smoosh who is trying to kill you all. So, what would you like to do? Is there anything else you
Still
can
me. I mean, well, so curse is my action, and I figured getting the chicken. I'm not sure what else. If I wanted to toss it
Okay,
as a
that's
distraction,
it.
would I get on the same turn?
do? If you're not trying to attack with it, I will allow you to toss it.
Yes, I want to throw it in her
Whoa.
face. That's what I want to do.
Never throw a chicken. Have you never played Zelda?
Okay.
What are you doing?
Here's okay. Here's what you do. Roll me athletics.
All right.
Perfect.
I'd like to spend a lot to
That
do
is-
it again. Actually,
Perfect. Okay.
is this? Yeah. Can I?
You can do it.
I wanna
you
get a
can
better
roll
hut.
if you want to spend a lot.
All right. There we go. Better.
Absolutely beautiful. At least you get it in the right direction.
Yeah.
So this whole thing, each round is 6 seconds. You've now taken a chicken, and this chicken will be flying through the air for the next 6 seconds as everyone
Yes!
takes their rounds. This is the magic of Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so next up we have Elemental. There is a chicken flying through. There is Mittens running around Eliana and the group in a circle. And well, yeah, what would you like to do, Gashisella?
I just want to point
I
out
would
real
like-
quick, Ella, I'm so sorry. There's a planet of filmmakers actually that is watching this whole round happen from the point of view of the chicken. So,
Chicken view. Very good.
Chicken cam.
Extra. Chicken cam.
Oh, thanks, Fozzie, for letting us know. Elemental, it's you.
So currently, I've got the lieutenant's face in my hand as I was funneling poison through it. But what I'm
It
going to
is
do this time is
sleeping.
drop. It's sleeping. So what I'm going to do is just drop that, let it go, and Eliana is going to get a hardcore gust of wind. And with this, I am going to push an incredibly strong gust, 60 feet long, in the direction of my choosing. And this creature must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away into that burning building. Yes! And then
How
for them to
precise is
move,
that?
though, they are like literally fighting against this funnel of wind. That's nice.
Oh, hold on, let me see. What's your DC? It's a
15
strength
for
save.
Strength.
There's no way she can make that.
So I'm
no
going to
way.
push her into the burning building, but I'm also able to omit the flames. So all these buildings around me are on fire, and I'm going to start putting them out at the same time as pinning Eliana into that building as well. It stays active. So if Eliana wants to get up, she has to literally fight against the gust of wind every single step that it moves. And so I'm going to mess with it that way. Stay
All right.
down.
All right, you blow her into this building. And Acacia, you've already seen that this building is very precarious, and it just crashes down onto her. Beams of metal and wood just crashing, and it's just... And she's going to take 13 points of fire and bludgeoning. Oh, it's fire damage. Let's see, and 2d8 of bludgeoning.
Oh, that's terrible.
Okay, so that is 13. Let me math it up. It's 15. All right, so she just takes 15 points of damage and is underneath that area. You can see like one arm and one leg kind of poking out, as it is currently Kingslayer's turn, if that is the end of your turn, Elemental.
I continue to pin her down into the spot.
All right, Kingslayer. With the help of Mittens, you do have advantage on her anyway if you would like to attack her while she is in this. You can see her hand and her leg.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to chop her leg off just in case she tries to get back up. Attack
You
Romana.
totally have advantage on that.
How do I roll advantage for Oathbreaker? Well, for Pax Romana.
So
Pax
that's
Romana.
2d20. Pax Romana, 2d20. So you can just roll
press
it
the little
twice.
advantage.
Just do D20 twice.
Yeah, you can just
Do
roll
not
it
have any.
twice.
Nope, that was the wrong one. D20
That's okay.
twice. Sorry, here we go.
Yeah. Oof, that's a 2 on the die. Go ahead and roll it one more time as you have advantage.
Oh,
That is a natural 20!
there it is.
Choose
Keeping everyone on their
violence.
toes.
All right.
Keeping everyone on their
Not
toes.
going to walk away from that one.
Kingslayer, this is easy for you. You just wheeled back and now please roll damage. So that is double dice damage when you roll a crit like that. So go ahead and do that damage.
Which damage
Let's
one Pax
see.
Romana?
Yeah. Pax Romana.
Pax Romana.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
that's
roll it
twice?
one more time. Yep. This is the wonders of
Crit.
critting. Okay, so that is 19 points of damage.
Wow.
A deafening shriek pierces the air as Eliana's leg flies off. Was it at the knee? Did you cut her at the knee?
At the knee. Yes.
A knee. Then the shriek gets louder and louder. Kingslayer, you grab your ears, and the rest of you, you see like shockwaves come off of this area, and even the wood and the beams, they hover a moment. And you see that the waves are breaking the sound barrier. Glass shatters around you. Wood and steel on the other buildings ripple. All living things freeze in temporary shock. And now let's go down to our man on the ground, Fozzie.
Yeah, thank you, Emu. I don't know. I'm not sure what you heard up there, but down here it was very very loud, or so I'm told. Because I brought these protective earplugs just in case something like that happened. You know, I've been around the block a couple times, so I know how these things go. But now it's time for a decision. Yes, a decision must be made. All right. The decision must be what kind of effect the shriek had on our players. Is it cursed or is it craven? It's not going to be great. I mean, that's pretty obvious. After all, it was an insane supernatural shriek. But it's in your hands, audience. It's your decision. And again, you have to vote over on the Maze on Planet 7 stream. So come join us over there. We trust you. Over to you, Emu.
Thanks, Fozzie. Okay, let's hear from Kingslayer, who managed that last strike, taking her leg off at the knee.
I mean, it's not the first time I Emu over there for a little bit. I was a little bit worried. I was down to almost no health. But like I said earlier in the show, you can't kill what's already dead.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does. Strangely, it makes perfect sense. And it's always amazing to get in the mind of Kingslayer. He's a wealth of knowledge. And actually, I'm sorry, Emu, but this whole thing reminds me of my time in this place called Takit Slow. It was this tiny village in the Outer Ring back when I was a contestant in the maze. Tiny village. It was hidden. It was nearly invisible. I mean, my party, we just stumbled upon it because Rex took a wrong turn. This guy had no sense of direction, right? And we got there. The villagers were so surprised because they hadn't seen any sort of visitors in over 100 years, except for this. There was a family of dragons that would fly by every couple of years to attack. But besides that, they hadn't seen anyone. And literally, the most beautiful women I have ever seen in this village. And one in particular, her name was Clara. She had the most incredible red velvet skin. Anyway, I was just happy she wanted to talk to me. She took us down to this waterfall, which flowed into this hot spring lake. And for a moment, we floated together on our backs. And it was a moment of peace and happiness for me in the maze. But the coolest thing about them is this whole village, they had these furry little rabbit cats called nobbits, and they were super intelligent. They could talk. And they had coexisted with this tribe for hundreds of years, and they had symbiotically connected. They were like a spirit animal or a familiar. They could speak psychically with the villagers. It was so cool. We were only supposed to spend a night there, and I was about ready to spend forever. But I guess something happened with Rex that night. He went out to relieve himself, and he got spooked. He was kind of a high-strung guy, and it's a very high, intense environment in the maze. And Rex was very fast with a knife. Clara woke up screaming in agony. And so we ran outside, and we saw her little striped nobbit just choking on its own blood. And they turned on us. It was a total bloodbath. Rex lost an eye, and that was the beginning of the end for him. I escaped, barely, with my life. And the next day I saw a line of black dragons flying towards the village, and I begged with Clara. I begged her to let me help fight them off, but I was just met with arrows. And the whole village burned that day, and well into the night. And all the women were eaten. And for some reason, they spared the nobbits. And to this day, I can still hear those little creatures shrieking in pain. I'm sorry, I forgot my point. Because this is different. Halicarnassus is a totally different town. So I don't know. I don't know why I brought that up. I'm sorry. You know what, guys? Let's go talk to our buddy Gerald over at the marketplace. What do you say?
It's me, Gerald, the alien. I run the maze marketplace. Well, I'm not in charge of it, per se. I'm the manager. I have like 7 different bosses. But I do feel like I own the project. Look, it's a paycheck while I figure it all out, okay? I'm only 634,000 years old. I've got a lot of my alien life ahead of me. Anyway, I'm here to remind you, we still have items available in the marketplace for tonight's episode. First, we have the mouth harp for Captain Wiley. Who doesn't want to hear a good sea shanty on this lovely Thursday? Is it Thursday on Earth right now? We have like 17 days in a week on my planet, so I can never really quite keep track. We've got the prismatic sucker from Elemental, which is a lollipop that involves puns. And that does not sound like it sucks. All right, I'm gonna go finish having my alien existential crisis. Gerald out.
Gerald, we love you, buddy. But now we have a decision. Yes, a decision has been made. The decision you've made is the shriek was craven. So, just to paint the scene, because I went on about a World War story of mine, it's been a minute. Our heroes have struck a serious blow to the murderous Eliana, and she in turn has let out a terrifying shriek that is apparently craven. And that was my vote too, so we're all in sync here. I'm glad. It's a total vibe down here. You know, I could feel this. The whole thing is happening. It's totally electric. Back to you, Emo.
Really quick, I'm sorry. That was a story about how he had a crush, didn't make a move, let a whole posse of toothy rabbits school him and his friends, and then let a village burn and die? And this is the guy who's made it through the maze, allegedly, twice?
It's a really good scenario. You should hear all the other heroes had to go through. Anyways, back to your burning village. Okay, heroes. Eliana's shriek has cut you all to the soul. Your hands over your ears, your eyes squeeze and close, and you see as she's again, just like before, burrowed herself into the ground. She bursts up in another area. She bursts
She's
up
pinned.
in a. She was pinned, and she goes deeper into the ground. Yeah, so there was like wood and everything in her hand, but now she's missing a leg, so she didn't get too far as she claws through the ground with her talons. She comes bursting up from the ground about 30 feet away, and you look over, and you notice that Coralie is standing in her way in front of the Zero's house. And after what seems like an eternal moment, they're staring at each other, just trying to figure it out. Eliana lunges towards her, grapples her to the ground, and starts tearing into her with blind anger. Kingslayer, you feel something. You feel fear. You feel terrified for the first time in a long time. You have disadvantage on all save versus fear for a really long time. And now we're back to you guys. Back in initiative. Okay. Anacacia.
Can I use Mittens to see where she's scurried off to? Or can we actually see where she's at? Or she's just underground?
Mittens is next to Kingslayer. Eliana burst up about 30 feet away and is actually is now 40 feet away and just tearing Coralie to pieces.
All right, I would like to use manipulate Trip again to see if I can hold her back and keep her from doing any more damage to Coralie.
All right. Okay, it's a DC 15 strength, and she has disadvantage on strength, correct, Captain Wiley? Or was it Dex? Okay. All right.
You know what? I think I said Dex. It was strength because I thought we were going to restrain her, but.
So that's that on the die. With strength, she has. She's got a +2, so that's 14, and she needed a 15. So you've got you see her just bleeding all over the ground with that missing right leg. But you managed to have like wrapped your thread around her leg and kind of pin the other side to the ground, so she doesn't seem to be able to move anywhere. She looks back at you and
stay there. Wait, roll a damage.
Captain, oh yes, please, absolutely. All right, that is 2 points of damage. Okay, Captain Wiley.
Hey, so she's pinned by the leg, but she's not fully restrained?
Well, she can't go anywhere.
She can't go anywhere. I don't think the net would be very helpful. Right, I am going to...
You do remember last time you netted her, she went into the ground.
That's right.
Same with Elemental, she went into the ground.
Yeah, well, we can't have that. I wish I knew a shanty about how sisters should be good to each other forever and not try to murder them brutally, but I can't summon that off the top of my head. So I am going to try to pin down another limb if I can with my crossbow.
Cool. Got 2 hands.
Yeah. So if I can do that, should I just roll my crossbow? And if I
yes, please.
I have to. Right.
That is a natural 20. Oh my god, you guys are doing awesome. That
nice.
With your bonus, that is a 26. Please roll double damage.
Cool. And necrotic.
Oh yes. All right. So that is 6. Yes. It's 12, 13, 16 points of damage. Good job. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to do some math here real quick. Yay!
Thank you, chorus
awesome.
of children.
So that was one attack. Is there anything else that you can or want to do? You are about 40 feet away.
I mean, I would like to be like, are you missing a child? Because we've seen one. Is it yours? Would you like it back?
Her mouth is full of pieces of Coralie, and she spits it out.
Gross.
My child is long since dead.
Something about
Centuries.
how you're... Well, right, but your lover's still alive, so clearly the same effect must have been had upon the wee one.
She kind of stops and glitches. And you see, like, something seems to be taking over her, but then she shakes it off. Good conversation. That was great. Okay, Captain Wiley, good job. Yes. Elemental, you are up.
So I've gone from using this funnel of wind, which I realize is not working. So in my giant gas titan form, I turn around, I dash, and I cover the ground to go to where she is,
Eliana.
Eliana, and using Poison Slam, I push down, but in this stage, I grab her open wounded leg and cup that and put poison directly into the blood source and let that do the work. Because this is effed up, and that's what they're gonna do because she's an assassin.
Okay. So what I would like you to do is you have advantage. She is pinned down. You're going directly to the blood source, and we'll give you 1 extra damage die if you can hit. You have advantage. You're like right there. Unless you slip on other blood, I can't imagine you missing. There you go.
Yes.
You want a crit fish? Oh man, that's great. 15 points of poison damage.
Yes.
Okay, you want to... I know you rolled a 17, but if you want a crit fish, you have advantage. You try to get a crit.
Okay. No.
Okay, well that was really awesome. Okay.
And I kind of want to... I know that I've already used my bonus action to dash, but I want to look into her eyes and see what is going on with this internal struggle that we just kind of witnessed.
Oh, are you trying to, like, insight? Or are you going to talk to her?
I don't know if I... What's going on with you?
I must fight. War. Must have war. And she, like, looks over and she looks at the Pax Romana. War.
It's got Plutarch written all over it, doesn't it? It's my turn.
Thank you, Elemental. Kingslayer, about 40 feet away.
There's only one thing I can do. I want to hit her with my firebolt from Pax Romana.
Pax Romana.
Awesome. Pax Romana. Now you do have advantage because she is pinned down. She's like double pinned. She's got Ella just like fueling her wound with poison.
Oops. Ignore that. I think I hit the wrong button. How do I roll for advantage?
That is a D20. You do 2D20. She's like triple pinned. All right, so you've got.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, it's really hard to hit. Did you just roll a natural 20?
Yeah, I had to
Crit! That's a crit!
Pax Romana is it's very heavy. You know, I got to take my time to kind of aim and pull the trigger.
Okay, so that is going to do twice the dice damage. She's looking really, really bad, bleeding everywhere.
Finish her, Kingslayer.
She's still not dead.
I need you to roll me some damage.
Oh, I need damage. It's not giving me the option.
Your fire bolts. Just
Fire
click
bolts,
that
I got it.
damage. Yeah.
It is.
6. All right, so go ahead and roll it one more time. I don't know what just happened there with the dice. Oh, that's Anacacia's knitting needle.
I don't know.
All right, we've got.
She just
Now
fumbles
roll
it out.
damage
Roll for
again.
damage again. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 5 and 2. That is 7 points of damage. Okay, that is. Okay, let me do math. So. Oh my gosh. She is bleeding everywhere. And let's see here.
If she's bleeding everywhere and she's 40
She
feet
is
away,
bleeding everywhere.
Can I try to close the
What's your
gap?
question?
Can I try to
Yes,
close
you
the
can try
gap
to
for the
close the
finishing
gap.
blow in a very epic fashion?
Are we fighting war with war, though? Should we be doing peace?
I agree. There's something here to
violence
this
comes
puzzle I'd
peace.
love to figure out.
With violence comes peace.
All right,
I think you guys made
Kingslayer.
that decision a while ago.
You're running. Now, she's going to try to get out of this. So I'm just going to roll her save for this. She does not make it. So, if everybody will allow you to kill her dead, you can go. Otherwise, we're at the top of the round. But this is a conversation you all can have in this moment. But make it quick. You only have a moment.
Don't leave Billy
time.
/ Nugget / Penny without a mother. Ah!
Captain Wiley, I want to get out of here. I don't care about the baby. I don't care about the villagers. I want to get out.
Can you wait? There was something like changing how she's thinking. I think she's maybe hypnotized. Maybe you could go into her head, Kingslayer, and try and help and see what's going on. Maybe you could tap into her actual mind. Because you do have that, right? Don't you have?
Packs.
Yeah.
Did an elemental look into her eyes and she said,
2
"What?"
seconds.
Kingslayer!
I want to detect her thoughts.
wants
I want to
war.
see what she's thinking.
Okay, you detect her thoughts, and what you see in front of you is every slash you've made with the Pax Romana, and it's almost like for every slash, a new group of Maenads have risen, and every slash, more rage is filled in her. You see all that the death and destruction from the wagons when you were traveling on the plains. You see them become more organized and more filled with war. So that is what you see in her mind, is just death and destruction organized.
I'm going to deliver the final blow. Sorry, she needs to die.
Oh.
Freedom!
All right, Kingslayer, go ahead and narrate this. There's no way she can get out of this, and with you up close, there's no way you can miss. So, tell us what this looks like as you deliver the final blow.
I take Pax Romana
graphic.
and I look around in epic fashion, smiling as the group looks back at me saying, "Oh, Slayer, don't kill her. What are you doing? You're going to get us all killed." And I smile back because I'm ready to get out of the maze. I lift Pax Romana up with both hands. Both 28.5-inch pythons like I can't even get it above me. Right here, I look into her eyes and I scream, "For the kingdom!" And I jab it right through her head. Her eyes go flying out of her head. Blood is everywhere. And I'm sitting here starting to laugh hysterically. It's a very creepy laugh, but that's how the laugh is. That's it.
Amazing. She falls and she melts into the ground. You just see the carcass of her melting in and melding with Corali's brutally ravaged body. You see the other creatures scream all in unison, and some of them duck into the ground, some of them run off. But you hear villagers start to cheer, "Ha, hurrah, hurrah!" And you look around, and since you participated in this fight, not that many more villagers died. You actually did help save this village. There are, as you're looking around, there's a lot of places that are burning, but they're being put out. Elemental help put those out, so this village can be rebuilt.
Let's go.
And you look over, and Francis Zero, he runs over to you and says, "Thank you so much for helping us save this village." Thanks so oh God, I lost the accent. Thanks so much for helping us with this village. And you see running out of Zero's house is the Oracle. and she's got eyes locked on Kingslayer, and she's running in slow motion, her long hair flowing, smells of troll's blood and strawberries breathe through the air,
Love me some
mixed with
strawberries.
real blood and burning. And she wraps her arms around you, Kingslayer, and gives you a big kiss on the mouth.
Smooches!
Oh.
She's still
I have to
kissing you.
stay a
by the
little
way.
bit longer at the maze. Oh,
Smooches in the street.
Catch your
She's
breath,
still kissing.
mate.
Oh, wait.
And she's
I
still
am
kissing.
Gas Titan. I'm Gas.
And she's still kissing.
Can Kingslayer please roll for performance? You
They will
That
sing of
is-
this kiss
you
for
rolled a
decades
17.
to come.
That was a 24. And you see that like one of the people that was around the barricades, maybe related to Coralie, definitely looks like Coralie, says, we're so sorry that we put you in such danger. You are heroes, and even though we normally don't take well or take kindly to heroes, and they look over at Francis and they said, we really want to help you in your journey. So here, please take this. It's the only thing of value that we have. And they hand you the potion.
Yay!
Hooray!
Thanks
And
for
that
the tea,
is-
Kingslayer.
And heroes, you have survived another day in the maze, and you have earned yet another level. Now let's go down to our man on the ground, Fozzie.
You the Oracle get a room?
If you wouldn't mind.
Thank you so much, Emu. Look, I am here with Ann Acacia. Ann, there's been a lot of action tonight. How many kills did we see?
Ooh, I mean, that wasn't the action I was paying attention to, honestly. I was paying attention to Oracle and Kingslayer. That was quite a performance. You know what I mean?
The action after the action, the spoils of war, if you will. Look, I know that Kingslayer seemed to make not a very popular decision with you guys in terms of how Eliana ended. Any regrets on the battle in general that you have?
Honestly, I feel like we're pretty much apprehensive to really take any action, and I know that Kingslayer just wants to get it done and do all of the just killing, the saving, and get it all done. We're like trying to figure out and get into like the mentality of people. You know, we don't have time for that, and this is pretty much illustrating that. And he got the job done. So kudos to him, honestly. No regrets
I hear you.
at all.
I hear you. Last question for you. Is there anybody back home that you want to dedicate this battle to?
Mittens' brother, Mousy, he's over there. I hope you're doing good. Don't eat too much. You're getting fat. I don't want to come
Wait,
back
Mitten-
and put you on a diet.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
Mitten's brother. Mittens is the cat, right? Mitten's
Yeah.
brother is named Mousy?
Mousy at home. It's not a mouse. Used to be small
No.
as a mouse, but I hope stays the same. Okay, little chonky boy. You don't need that. Don't have money for that.
I hear you. Thank you so much for your time, and it's always great to hear your perspective.
Thanks, Fozzie.
Emu, who's back to you?
Thanks, Fozzie. All right, guys, join us next time as our heroes plot their next move, now armed with a sleeping spell cure.
Yes, thank you all for joining and crafting this world with us. Look, I know sometimes we ask a lot of you, to take a life, to save a life. Sometimes you have to think like a god. And in our minds, you really are one. So we will see you next time on the Maze on Planet 7.